rest on there. There we go. That's a little bit better. Get it cleaned up a little bit again here. Because it ain't got to be super deep, but you want it to hold your twig in place so that it pivots a little bit on it. There we go. That fits in there a little bit better. There we go. Now you can see how that's allowing that to pivot. Alright. And now to use this, all you got to do alright guys, now I've got this, it's a little bit bigger than what I need. The gap on it is a little bit wider, and that's my fault. I guess I rushed it a little bit too much, but you can see what we've got here. We've got our little pivot point that opens this end up, and a stick, that's all it acts as, is just a pivot. That's all it's there for. Got a piece of bank line with just a quick little half-hitch loop put in it. We're going to take our tarp. Like I said, this is just a bandana, but it's simulating your tarp. I'm going to put that rolled edge, that seam, right on this piece here. Take our little clothespin, put our loop over it, just give that a good cinch, and tie us a couple of more half hitches in this, and just pull them good and tight. And that's the key to this, is you want these half hitches up as far as you can get them to the end of your toggle, your clothespin, whatever you want to call this. Pull them good and tight. Like such. And then you can get you a wedge, just a little piece of stick back here in the back of this, and force that in there. And what that's doing is, you can see our little pivot piece here is loose now, because it's pushing up on this back piece, pushing down on this front piece. And we'll put us another half hitch just on this back edge, and our little pivot piece fell out, but we don't need that at this point. And what that does is, this helps hold your little toggle piece in, but it also helps pull this clothespin off to an angle here. And you can see how that's biting down. Like I said, this is a lot thinner than your tarp material is going to be, so it's not going to hold as tight as, you know, a tarp would. Obviously a tarp's going to be 4 or 5 times thicker than this, and going to have a more defined edge to it, because the edge will be folded over and sewn better than this is. This is just real thin, but you can see how that's biting on there. I mean, I'm giving that a pretty good tug. You can see it's not slipping, it's not going anywhere. But then to get out of it, all you have to do is pull your little back piece out, and it'll come right off for you. So that's just something you can make real quick in the woods using nothing but your multi-tool and just a few pieces of wood. I said I prefer doing something like this over putting a rock inside of my tarp, especially if it's a thin nylon tarp, because like I said, you run the risk of, you know, damaging that nylon material. And as much as people pay for these tarps, you know, you don't want to be putting little pinholes in it and everything, causing a weak spot in the tarp that can break or fail on you later on down the line, or start leaking. And then when you get done, just take your little pieces of wood, throw them down on the ground, let them go back to becoming, you know, compost, or use them for your fire or what have you. Everything just kind of goes back to doing what it was supposed to do before you broke your tarp. So that's it from Cable Guy Ken. We're gonna get in the house. I've been spraying for bugs out here this morning. We're gonna go in and relax a little bit. I might come out here in a little bit and get in my hammock, throw some steaks on the grill, just have a good day of it, enjoy my little mini vacation. So as always, everybody, I appreciate you watching. Appreciate your input, your support. I forget who asked me to do the little video on using the multi-tool, but I hope this was kind of along the lines of what you're looking for. Like I said, I ain't no artist. I'm not a wood carver. I could probably try to do a net needle or something like that if I sat down and I had the time, but I just got so much to do that when I do get a day off, I don't have time to do stuff like that, you know. That's kind of like one of those things I'll have to do maybe at the gathering, to sit down and try to do something like that when I've got some free time, some real free time. Enjoyed everything. I've enjoyed everything people have been posting here on the videos. Everybody keep up the good work. Got a lot of people just starting to post, doing some really good stuff, showing us some stuff that I hadn't seen yet. So everybody keep it up. We really got a strong thing going here, and we just need to keep it moving. Cable Guy Ken here. We'll catch you in the next one.